of VPR Radio today. First of all, I'm thrilled to be here in person with FMI. It has been forever since we've had the opportunity to do this. I miss us and our in-person vibe. And we're here with the fabulous and talented and beautiful, right? Shida X. So I'm very much looking forward to getting to know you, young lady. Thank you for coming all the way to Brooklyn from Maryland to see us. So first of all, FMI and you can tell me about why you're on today, because I know that you won an event that you performed for. Tell me about that.
So it was Next to Blow. The Showcase Poppy and my management team had talked, and they were like, this would be a great opportunity. So I was like, I think so too. I also tell my management all the time that New York is like little Jamaica. So doing dancehall music, I was like, absolutely, 100%.
Oh yeah,
100%.
that's right.
So did it, and you know, I was nervous. I'm always nervous when I first go on, but you know, in my head, I'm like, you're dope, do your thing.
That's right.
If you exude that, people are gonna receive that, and FMI and Reggie Lanes and Showcase Poppy saw that. So I am here because of that.
So tell us about your musical background. Are you, obviously you're an island girl?
So my parents are Jamaican, born and raised.
Right.
My oldest brother was the only sibling born in Jamaica.
Got it.
So we were born in the U.S., but not in
But you have it, exactly.
Right. Don't matter, because some people would
a dancehall queen.
No, it doesn't matter. So
for sure.
You know, my dad isn't a DJ, but you know, he was one of them fade cuts, you know, playing the records
with the record box.
And all them. So you know,
and all of that.
So big sound. So you know, grew up listening to that, and just you know, from young, just loving music, and it just stayed with me. I started writing poetry when I was in middle school. And then that spiraled into writing music.
I swear, I feel like that's how it always goes, because with me it was the same. And so many people we've interviewed, you notice that they'll say that, or like short stories, poetry, and then eventually it develops into that music. So tell me about that segue from going from poetry to music. When did it hit you? Were you listening to a beat? Was something just in your mind? Was somebody making a beat and then you just started going with a freestyle? Like, how did that hit you where you then turned those lyrics or those words into lyrics?
That was the era of Nicki Minaj coming up.
Okay.
So, you know, all the young girlies was listening. You know, you do have the people before her and stuff like that, but she was my era of like, boom, woman in the rap industry. So I was like, and that also is a segue into my dancehall career. Right. Listening to her, seeing, I'm like, I can put some words together, so let me try it. And then I tried it, and then it's been on and popping since then, for sure. Yeah. So my segue into, you know, dancehall is, again, love dancehall music. So indulgent, it makes me feel so good. I heard this song, Banana by Jada Kingdom, and played it over and over and over and over. And I was like, I want to make a song like this. So I tried it, and that was my song, Calling, my first ever dancehall song written. Let people hear it, and they was like, yo, and that was it. I was like, I got it.
So what year was that for the first song?
This was 2020.
2020, okay.
So during COVID as well, or right before?
A little bit before COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, how did you record it? Like, what was the whole process like for you?
So my sister's baby father, he knows a lot of people. He's African. He knows a lot of people in the music industry. So he has some good friends that had a studio. So I had went there to record with some, not for me to record. I was just, you know, in the building, just seeing what was going on and just watching. And I was like, you got time after this so I can try to do something? They was like, nah, not today. And I was like, okay. Hit him like maybe the next week, and I was like, I'm trying to come back and like record this. And then I recorded it, and because like I said, when I was younger, although my dad did a little things with music, they weren't really like into music, and my parents were Jamaican, so they not sending me to no studio.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I had to
get
a job. Parents, they're like, you want to go wet?
Get a few jobs.
You want to go wet?
They not think about that. They going to work, coming home. So for a long time, I was just writing in my room, and I would never forget middle school. We was on the bleachers, and PE, and they was like talking about rap music, and I was like, you know, I got a little freestyle, and they was like, all right, so write that, and I did, and it was and then so then like that was like the start of me knowing that I love music, I love to write music, but I was super shy, so like intimately, like if I'm cool with you, you gonna hear it. But like outside people, I was always shy to let them hear it. I don't know why. I broke myself out of that at 21. Where I was like, too many people are telling me, you know, what you're writing is good, so let them hear it. And ever since then, I just dropped that and was like, I'm going to do this.
Good job.
And Qiana, you know what blew me away, right? I was at the Next to Blow Festival. Shout out to Reggie Lanes, you know what I mean? He's in studio right now. We're at the Platform Studios. Shout out to Showcase Poppy, and of course Rayo. So I'm here and I'm doing my job and I'm DJing. So it's her time to hit the stage. So I'm like, I pass her the mic. You know, I think it's a run-of-the-mill performance. Shout out to the artists that just be not doing their job.
Right.
As a DJ, I just gotta like push you to the back of my mind. So when you do your job, I'll pay attention.
Yep.
So Shida got up there, and Qiana, what caught me was, it wasn't the fact that she was only performing a record, the vocals were clean, and it was a performance track.
Right.
It was the fact that she had choreography to follow it.
Okay.
For each song.
Yeah.
So then that's what took me, and I was just like, oh, while she's still performing, she's doing her choreography. So that brings me to my question. Where did you start picking up some of your dance moves, or what artists do you look at and be like, I like the choreography? Because when did that start? I know you could dance.
Well, I mean, it's in my blood. So literally I had this conversation with my management as well. They was like, you know, when you're on stage, you're doing these moves, and are you rehearsing them? I was like, no. I just get on, and that's how my body moves now.
So it's not even choreography.
It's
You're
not
just
choreography.
freestyling.
There are certain buzzwords in my song that I know, like when this comes on, I want to do this.
That's a key point.
Right, but then like the fillers are just me like freestyling.
I love that.
Yeah.
You caught me. VPR, see, we will learn something on this interview. Okay. All right. So we got you here in New York City. I didn't even ask you, was the travel bad? You know what I mean? How was it getting here?
Well, you know, I get on the Amtrak and I just...
Okay,
and then
so
from the Amtrak, I get right on the C train straight to Shepherd Ave, and I'm good. So that's why I like getting on the Amtrak. I feel like, you know, there are straight buses here, but, you know, traffic is road is road. You know, one little accident, and now your bus is backed up and delayed.
That's right. That's true.
I mean, don't you remember?
She was here on time, y'all. Way before me and Qiana. I appreciate that. It's 2026. Everybody be late, but I appreciate it.
This is an opportunity I would never be late for. Any opportunity I do not take for granted at all. So I'm always going to show up, show out, and be just appreciative. I feel like coming late to something like this would have just been like a slight disrespect, and I ain't for that.
I love that, and we appreciate that. Okay, and on that note, can we end that live right there? Because this is just a sneak peek. So you guys tune in, because we'll be back.
See, this the best part where we put it on Patreon, and now we turn up. So Shida,